Hello. So I want to talk about anxiety because I myself am a very anxious person at times. I've suffered from anxiety for many years of my life, and I'm at an age where I'm tired of it. You know, I'm tired of being anxious, and I refuse to define myself as anxious, even though I just did. But I don't want to anymore. I want to learn how to work past it as well as how to use it. And I have to some degree. I've gone through the process and the experience, the dark phases of learning how to cope with it and how to use it and how to heal from it and how to understand it as well. So I've learned some things along the way that I want to share with you, whoever's watching this. Hopefully it helps. Some tips that I've learned that have helped me to manage my anxiety. Um, so the first one is descaling. Descaling. So what descaling is you define what number your anxiety is. So 7, 8, okay? Instead of frantically wanting to go down to a 1 or a 2, which is dangerous, scale it down to a 7. So if you're at an 8, come down to a 7 and focus on that. What can you do to get to a 7? Right? By learning to descale, you're able to, first of all, by ranking your anxiety, it gives you a plan. It gives you a plan to know, okay, this is an 8 or a 7, whatever. At least I know that I'm acknowledging what I'm feeling. And I'm acknowledging that um, that there's something that I need to do, right? And then you can plan for it whenever you have an 8 or a 7. That's another thing, planning for your ranks. So if you have an 8, come down to a 7 and focus on whatever you can to come down to a 7, whether it's breathing techniques, whether it's just stopping, whatever it is that you're doing, just stop and take a break. You're always allowed to take a break. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't take a break. You're always allowed to take a break. And gathering yourself, those can be helpful to descale. So descaling, and the reason why descaling is important, as well as if you do it effectively, is that descaling allows us to integrate each number, whether it's 8 or 7 or 6, more into our lives in a healthy manner. You know, what's dangerous about descaling is that you never want to have, you never want to go down to like a 0. Okay, having no anxiety does not mean confidence. Having no anxiety does not mean happiness. Okay, if you have no anxiety, sure, you wouldn't be nervous, you probably wouldn't be timid, you wouldn't overthink, you wouldn't overanalyze, maybe, okay, but you know what you would be? You'd be narcissistic, you'd be rude, you'd be unempathetic, you'd you'd be you'd be a psychopath. The opposite spectrum to anxiety is not confidence, it's psychopathy. You need anxiety a little bit to help you to connect with people, to understand them, to empathize with them. So descaling is important for that. It's not just ranking your anxiety, it's also a rank towards how you feel with someone, um, how you connect with people, how you feel about your environment. Your rank is going to change depending on who you're surrounded with, your job, your environment, and it's important to number these things so that you have an understanding of where you need to be or where you should be in your life and what you need to focus on. So that's the importance of descaling, and ranking. Another tool is specifying and clarifying. So understanding the words that our anxious minds can compel us to use. So with anxiety, using broad words go hand in hand, like everything, something, um, no one, never. Generalization words can trigger anxiety to be worse. Everyone's gonna laugh at me. No one will understand me. They never like me. Using generalized broad words, all it does is just make anxiety, it just ravels it more. When you specify and you clarify and you understand that, okay, there's no such thing as everything or everyone. Everyone means 7 billion people on the planet. Everything is everything in existence in the universe. You know what I mean? So when you learn to specify and you clarify, you're able to see things with a clearer picture, a better perspective. So instead of saying everyone won't like me, sure, not everyone's gonna like you. Okay, it's not a promise that everyone will like you. Sure, there are gonna be a few people that won't like you, but you specify them. Specify who are those people. Your coworkers. Who are the coworkers? Name them. Specify and clarify. So it reduces the impending doom of anxiety that we often give into. So specify and clarify. Another tool is don't believe your thoughts. Your thoughts are like a movie. When you watch a movie, you get into it. You get very much into it, and then when the movie's done, you come back to reality. Your thoughts are the exact same way. We just give into our thoughts, and we believe it. It's like we're believing the movie to be the reality of our lives. But no, it's just a movie, it's just a thought. So don't believe your thoughts. Your thoughts aren't real. They create visualizations. Um, they create scenarios that aren't factual. They're just thoughts. It's just a movie. And you can choose not to believe it, and you can also see just how dominating it can be towards our anxiety and how we look at life. Are we really looking at life in its pure realistic form, or are we looking at it through the lens of our thoughts? Are we putting a filter on life with our thoughts, with our beliefs and all that? So if you remove those things, your thoughts, then you can look at things objectively. And it's hard to do. It requires being present. And that's another thing I want to talk about that can help reduce our giving into our thoughts. Presence. Now, presence doesn't just have to be sitting down in a meditative form and trying to clear away your thoughts, because clearing away your thoughts is an impossibility. You can't stop thinking, and you don't want to stop thinking because you can't stop breathing. It's just how your body works. Your mind works that way. It has like a sentience of its own. It thinks. So when you stop your thoughts, if you try to stop your thoughts, you're dead. You can't. It's not possible to do that. So by being present, it's not about stopping your thoughts. It's about realizing that your mind and your body will do as its function is to do. And you can just be aware that you're not those things. You're not your thoughts, and you're not within your body. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can spend time with it. Fitness is one of the best approaches towards being in the present moment, by moving within your body, whether it's yoga, weightlifting, whatever it is that you enjoy doing physically, running, even just being out in the sun, feeling the sun on your skin, the rain on your skin. Being more present can reduce anxiety tremendously. and it can give you a clearer perspective on the life that's here now, not the one in your head. So being present has its benefits tremendously in reducing anxiety, and I can't stress enough how we should really integrate being present more in our lives through daily routines. It can help you not just through anxiety but through your health as well. There's a lot of benefits towards it, but with anxiety, it can be a major help. Um, I think that's pretty much what has helped me reduce my anxiety and manage it. Hopefully, these things have helped you. Hopefully, I didn't just ramble on, because I tend to do that. Um, I'm still new to this video thing, and I'm trying to learn how to process my thoughts and speak at the same time. So if I rambled on certain things, you can always let me know. I'm always willing for improvement. Um, so yeah, hopefully these things have helped. I will discuss more on it in a future video. I enjoy talking about things like this. Hopefully they've helped you in some way. So yeah, anxiety's a bitch, but it can be managed.